A rehearsal for one of the world's best-known classical ballets, The Nutcracker. It is a graceful, elegant piece that comes at a price.
We've got huge expenses of sets and costumes. We've got a fantastic orchestra that's playing with us. We've got the dancers. We've obviously got the coaches and the artistic staff that's got to put it together. We've got the hiring of the theatres. We've got transportation because we're actually going through to Pretoria, so it's a case of getting all the dancers through to Pretoria. We've got our outreach programs that are also a part of it because there's children within the production. So it's the logistics of getting them costumed, getting them transported to the theatre. So it really, really involves a lot of money. I think the common purpose, the common man out there thinks it's a couple of maybe 100,000 of putting a production together, and we're looking at close to 2.5 million.
I'm at the South African Ballet Theatre in the heart of Johannesburg's CBD. Now, the lack of sustainable funding has become a critical issue for the company and those in the performing arts sector, despite the sector's ability to contribute to South Africa's GDP. The global recession has put a damper on the performing arts industry, as lovers and sponsors of the arts decide maybe times are too tough to part with their hard-earned cash to keep the dance going.
It's very difficult. You'll find that a lot of your main sponsors had to go through very, very difficult times. And it takes a lot of lobbying, it takes a lot of understanding of their position and hopefully putting your position forward as well. To the extent that, you know, there's always going to be middle ground. And for as long as there's value in the offering that we have, which is a classical ballet company, which are easily called the best in Africa, there's always going to be a space where we both come together and come up with some solution.
Despite the growth of interest in the performing arts in South Africa, it's been a struggle. Support from government has been minimal, and those in the arts believe more should be done.
I think there's a lot government can do. You know, they've gone a bit in trying to change the environment and changing the mindset, but I think to a certain extent we need to start aligning our practices with what's happening internationally. And by that I mean that sponsors and key sponsors within arts company have the benefit of tax rebates, and that is a big plus. That is something that as a company we've engaged some of the legal professionals to try to see whether there's a way of getting to that. But it's an important incentive because it not only sends the message to corporate that there's a need for funding within the arts, but it sends the message to those arts companies as well that you know, that your state supports you. That's very, very important.
Challenges and obstacles aside, the South African Ballet Theatre is striving to keep these dancers on their feet so that productions like The Nutcracker can glide through the hangover of the recession.